I'm outside the Riesenrad in Vienna, this iconic big wheel, because an NGO called Viva con Agua is holding an awareness event about how for many people in the world it's really difficult to get access to clean, healthy water. And of course, the climate crisis is making that problem even worse. This is the Fm4 Klimanews Weekly. It's all about water supplies today.
Fm4 Klimanews.
The NGO Viva con Agua promotes access to clean drinking water, sanitation and hygiene under their slogan, "Water is a human right." The way that climate change affects human beings is almost entirely through water. Either we have too much of it or too little. So Viva con Agua's Birgit Strake says the two issues of climate and water are inextricably linked.
We see that areas of the world that had sufficient water supply or even ample water supply are getting more and more under water stress. So the water supply is decreasing. People who had water whole year round maybe only have water for a couple of months or insufficient water, up to no water at all.
And droughts, of course, causing obvious problems. Then these extreme weather situations, floods, cyclones, also then causing pollution.
Exactly, everything becomes more unpredictable, and also the phenomena you mentioned, cyclones, etc. They cause water pollution. They maybe there is clean drinking water, but you have latrines or toilets nearby. So if there's a flood, the clean borehole is flooded with fecal bacteria. So this also has impacts.
Now, the Vienna Big Wheel might not seem like the obvious place to come and talk about water, but this event is all about creating awareness, with Austria's vibrant music scene acting as a really important ally. The current drought in the Waldviertel and other areas is a reality check for Austria. Water shortage is something that the climate crisis is making an issue even here. And that's a new reality for us, admits Paut, who's from Baden, a town famous for its water. Because water has, until now, always been readily available to Austrians, he's never given its precious value much thought.
I have to confess, I try, but for all those things, like the way we were growing up, water is the most common thing. It's probably the last thing you would care about, but we all should.
And I guess that's what this event here in the Prat is all about creating that awareness.
Sure, and I also use it for myself to create this awareness for myself a little bit more with playing here, and also hope that I can get other people to think about it.
Wasser frisch wie Morgentau, schimmert grün und schimmert blau.
A water aid analysis in the year 2020 found that water issues received less than 3% of climate funding worldwide. And water activists say we simply don't think about the issue enough, and we don't talk about it enough. But what should we be talking about? Well, of course, we can talk about our energy choices, which can add carbon to the atmosphere, and that drives flooding and extreme weather. But we can also talk about how our food choices affect people's access to water maybe thousands of kilometers away.
Think about avocados and superfood and how it's marketed. Then you have to think about countries where they grow avocados, where they have water crises, and how much work they actually have to put in to communicate these crises, because they don't have it as easy, to be honest, as the West, to have like a common public opinion or to be able to crystallize this public opinion or shape it. So they even have to put in more work. So to get the message out that people really should stop buying avocados.
We're spoilt by our easy access to water. It's somehow quite difficult for us to imagine what it's like to live in an area where you just can't turn on a tap and get clean, safe water. The young artist Rahel is one of the musicians performing at this attention-raising event, and she says that one terrifying misadventure in the Sahara gave her briefly an idea of the reality of life for billions of people on our shared planet.
Yeah, like once I went to Sahara with a group of people, and we had the situation that we just had like half a bottle of water left for all of us, and it was the first time that I realized or that I like experienced such a situation, and everything went very well. So still I cannot imagine what it is like to not have any water at all.